Indonesia is well known for having some of the most spectacular and strange cultural events on Earth. One of the most famous ones being the Bali Ogoh-Ogoh Parade, which takes place every 6 months. The most recent one being just yesterday on the 21st of August 2022. But what exactly is it? Why do they do it? And how did it start? Before we get into that, if you're new here, I'm from a travel channel. Every week I take you to a different country and show you what it would be like to travel there as a local. And now with our new series, I take you to a different city in my own country each week. So join me and subscribe for more epic stories and check out my podcast. Thanks. The origin of the Ogoh-Ogoh goes back to the 1930s. During this time, Bali was still fighting the Dutch for independence, who had colonized the island for over 200 years. The Balinese people were looking for any advantage they could get over the Dutch army, and so they turned to the gods for help. They asked the gods for protection and for strength against their oppressors. The gods listened and gave the Balinese people what they asked for, but not in the way they expected. The gods imbued a group of Balinese warriors with immense strength, power, and courage. These superpowered warriors were called the Ogres or Ogohs. When the Dutch came to Bali in 1946, they encountered these Ogoh warriors and were completely defeated. Not only were they physically stronger, the Balinese also used guerrilla tactics, ambushes, and surprise attacks, something the Dutch were not accustomed to. Bali was eventually granted its independence from the Dutch in 1945. And since then, every 6 months, the Balinese have celebrated this victory with the Bali Ogoh-Ogoh Parade. Now, let's talk about what actually happens during the parade. It all begins with the making of the ogres. Local artists spend months creating these giant mythical figures using bamboo, cloth, wood, and other natural materials. Each ogre is over 10 feet tall and weighs several hundred pounds. The ogres are then brought to the streets in a massive procession accompanied by drums, gongs, flutes, and other traditional instruments. The Balinese dance in costumes representing various mythological characters. Some dance with swords, shields, and spears, while others dance with flowers and offerings. The first Ogoh procession took place in 1931 in the village of Batubulan in the Jonyar Regency of Bali. Since then, the tradition has spread to other parts of the island, each with its own unique twist. For example, in some places, the ogres are made to look like demons or evil spirits. In other places, they're made to look like animals, such as dragons, elephants, and horses. Regardless of what they look like, though, they all represent the same thing: strength, power, and courage. There are 2 main types of ogres in the Balinese Ogoh-Ogoh Parade. The first type is the Buta, which represents the personification of evil. These ogres are usually made to look like scary demons with sharp teeth and claws. They dance in a frenzied manner to symbolize the chaos and destruction that evil brings. The second type of ogre is the Barong, which represents the forces of good. These ogres are usually made to look like noble warriors with calm and controlled movements. They dance in a powerful but graceful way to symbolize the strength and dignity of the good. The climax of the parade is when the Buddha and the barong face off in a battle of good versus evil. This is meant to symbolize the eternal struggle between good and evil that exists in all of us. In the end, the barong always triumphs over the Buddha, signifying the ultimate victory of good over evil. If you ever have the chance to see the Bali Ogoh-Ogoh Parade, I highly recommend it. It is truly a unique and unforgettable experience. Now you know where I'll be on the next parade. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button and leave a comment below. See you next time.